Can I tell you about a closed door that broke my heart last spring and then quietly saved me later on in the year? If you're starting over and nothing is going the way you planned, this one is for you. And my refrain for today is simple: be courageous. Hey family, welcome back to Ways of Change. I'm Vanessa and this is day 3 of 100, posting every day while I take you along in real time through my overseas job hunt and this whole starting over on purpose season. Since it's Saturday, today is Story Saturday, which means you're getting 3 things. 1, a quick overseas job hunt update. 2, a mindset tip that will carry you when plans collapse, as they do. And 3, a story about a closed door that made sense later on. If you're in a season where you're rebuilding, reassessing, or restarting, stay with me. All right, field report time. Keeping it consistent. Since day 2, I submitted 0 applications, a big old fat goose egg. And I'm saying that out loud because I don't believe in fake momentum. No positions matched my requirements, so I didn't force it. I did send 2 LinkedIn DMs to current overseas employees in roles that I'm seeking, and I did a follow-up yesterday. And the update for today, no replies yet. Still quiet. But here's the thing. I'm not interpreting quiet as failure. I'm treating it as normal. So today, I'm staying consistent. I'm continuing to target my outreach opportunities. And I'm staying ready so that when the right roles drop, I can move fast, because sometimes these applications, they have quick closeout dates, and some even have the number of applicants they will accept. So the lesson for today is discernment as part of discipline. Sometimes progress looks like not applying because the right door is worth waiting for. And the refrain still stands: be courageous. Now let's get into the mindset tip. Because if you're starting over, your mind will try to negotiate you back to safety, back to that comfort zone. So today's mindset tip is this: choose audacity over fear. Fear will tell you, don't apply until it's perfect. Audacity says, apply anyway. Fear says, don't post until you're polished. Audacity says, post anyway. Fear says, don't start over, you'll look crazy. Audacity says, start over and let them watch. And I want to be clear, really clear with this. Audacity isn't reckless. Audacity is not pretending you're never scared. Audacity is saying, I'm scared and I'm moving anyway. That's courage. That's the refrain. Be courageous. So your practice for today, your 60-second reset. When fear starts talking, ask yourself this question: what would you do today if you believed God was already working it out? Make it personal. What would I do today if I believed God was already working it out? Then take one small action that matches that belief. One message, one application search, one post, one planning move. Audacity over fear. Be courageous. All right, let's move on to one of the pillars of this 100-day YouTube challenge, today's scripture. I wanted something about favor and doors because that's exactly what this season feels like to me. Now, Revelations 3:8 says, see, I have set before you an open door, and no one can shut it. And that verse doesn't just comfort me, it corrects me, because it reminds me that a door can be closed in my face and still not be the final answer. And that brings me to today's story, because I had a door closed last spring that I thought was going to be my whole escape plan. I'm telling you, but now I see it different. So let me take you back to last spring. Y'all remember when the Department of Government Efficiency attempted to downsize federal agencies? Well, my agency, the VA, was one of those agencies. They gave some employees the option of early retirement. I made a whole episode, it'll be here or here, about what was going on last spring. I was so sure my retirement was going to get approved. Not hopeful, not maybe, I mean sure. In my mind, I was already living my next chapter. I had mentally prepared myself for a move to Mauritius. I have another video about Mauritius right here. I had prepared my heart, my plans, my whole identity around that timeline. And then it got denied. And I'm not going to dress that up. It was disappointing. It was hurtful. Oh, my heart was hurt. It felt like the rug had got pulled out from under me. It felt like I had already grieved one life and then got told, pump your brakes, Vanessa. You're not going anywhere. At the last hour, it was denied because my position, they said, was too valuable. I remember thinking, God, I thought this was the plan because I had did the mental math. I had imagined the freedom. I had rehearsed the goodbyes. I was ready. And when it didn't happen, I had to sit with the emotions that nobody posts about, the deflation, the confusion, the now what, the fear that maybe I missed my moment. But here's where the story turns, and this is why I'm sharing it today, for anyone starting over. In hindsight, I'm watching something I didn't see back then. The retirees who did get approved, many of them are having issues collecting their retirement pay. Some are stressed, some are scrambling, and some of them are applying to come back into the workforce because the transition didn't go the way they expected. And I'm not saying this to be smug. I'm saying that because it shook me in a good way, because it made me realize sometimes a closed door isn't punishment. Sometimes it's protection. Sometimes that door closes because the timing isn't right, the infrastructure isn't stable, the details aren't ready, or the cost is higher than what you can see from the outside. And I can admit that now. If my retirement had been approved, I would have been celebrating, but I might have also walked right into a mess I wasn't prepared for. So now when I look back at that denial, I don't just see disappointment. I see direction. I see God saving me from a version of the story that looked good but wasn't solid. And that is the part I want to speak over you today. If a door closed and you felt embarrassed, be courageous. If your timeline got delayed, be courageous. If your plans got interrupted and now you're rebuilding in real time, be courageous. Because a closed door doesn't mean you're behind. It might mean you're being rerouted. It might mean there's an open door coming that you can't even see yet. And that's where my faith in the process comes in. Not faith that everything is going to go the way I want, but faith that something is still being built while I'm waiting. And I'm connecting this lightly to my overseas job hunt because it's the same energy. I'm not forcing applications that don't fit. I'm not panicking because the inbox is quiet. I'm doing my part and trusting that the right door is going to open at the right time. Because Revelations 3:8 didn't say I wouldn't face closed doors. It says God can set an open door that nobody can shut. So I'm staying steady. I'm staying visible. I'm staying courageous. So tomorrow's move. I'm going to keep applying discernment and discipline. I'm sending 2 more DMs. Tomorrow is Sunday. I'm doing a follow-up, and I'm staying ready for the right posting. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a door closed and later realized it was protection? If so, comment courage and briefly tell us about it. You never know who needs to hear your story. Hey y'all, thank you for being here with me today for day 3 of 100. If you're starting over, rebuilding, or walking through a reroute, subscribe and stay close. I'm showing up every day for the next 97 days to be with you, to share with you, and to speak life into you. So remember today's reframe. Be courageous. I'll see you tomorrow for day 4. Hey, y'all, I'm Vanessa, and this is Waves of Change. Bye now.